All right, fam, look, before we start this review, I have to tell you, and I'm not just saying this because I'm reviewing this movie, I have a enormous fear of spiders. It is probably the only real fear I even have in life. With that being said, I watched a movie with a giant goddamn spider in it. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the garage. Gerald here with you. Another quick mini movie review for you for a brand new release called Sting. Do I wish this was a documentary about the lead singer of the Police? Yes. Do I wish this was a biopic about the professional wrestler Sting? Yes, I do. Do I even wish that this was a follow-up to the B-movie where Jerry Seinfeld is now retired and drinking at home? However, it is none of those things. It is a new horror movie and a creature feature literally featuring a giant 8-legged spider. As I said in my intro, not my cup of tea. However, I kind of like this one. Let's talk about Sting. After raising an unnervingly talented spider in secret, 12-year-old Charlotte must face the truth about her pet and fight for her family's survival. There you go. So this is a creature feature, like I said. This is a spoiler-free review, guys. I won't give it away any plot twist or specific kills in the movie. It's high praise for me to have liked this movie and to have sat through this movie mostly with my eyes open. The fear of spiders is real. I've mentioned that a couple times already. So because of that, this movie was even more scary to me than something unbelievable like, some freak monster or vampire or whatever. This is a real fear that I have in real life. And I've often thought of, what if I go outside one day and there's a 6-foot spider standing in front of me? I mean, it's just like, even saying it to you now is just horrific. This movie kind of brings that to life in film format. It is a low-budget independent film that takes place predominantly in this apartment building. So it had some Evil Dead Rise vibes to it, right? Which is a movie that I loved last year, even though it was kind of split even in the horror community. But it's got that kind of claustrophobic feel. The creature in the film takes on the visual aura of a spider. However, it's an alien. So that's kind of what helped me a little bit. I just saw Spaceman with Adam Sandler, which is not a horror movie, but it also has a giant spider in it. So if Hollywood's listening, let's stop the renaissance of giant spiders in film. But it's an alien that comes to Earth on a meteor or whatever, a normal size spider in the beginning. It's actually quite small. This girl, Charlotte, which is a little on the nose, throwback to Charlotte's Web, but nonetheless, I look past that. This girl, Charlotte, finds the spider. She's a bit of an adventurer in the apartment building, crawling through the ventilation system to spy on her neighbors and steal stuff from their apartment. She's a bit of a rebel in her 12-year-old kind of young age. She's kind of in that transition period as a young girl. But she finds this spider, takes it in as a pet, puts it in a mason jar. And you learn this from the trailer, so this is no spoiler. It's even on the poster. Essentially, every time the spider eats something, it appears to grow in size and power. And eventually, the jar is no match to keep it contained. I'm not going to give away any of the kills, but there's animals involved, there's humans involved, there's insects involved. It gets worse and worse and worse, and every time it kills, it grows. And she names it Sting, which is where the title of the movie comes from. But by the time we get to the last act of the film, it is literally a 6-foot giant spider attacking this family in the basement of this apartment building. And it's a pretty awesome climactic scene in the last 10 to 15 minutes of the movie. The whole movie had a really good atmospheric tone to it. It was a nice throwback to some of the old-time creature features. Even movies like 8-Legged Freaks and different scenes in like Starship Troopers. Like, it had kind of like a cool mixing of vibes here. And it had a very cool independent feel. I did love the majority of the performances in the movie too. All the actors really knew the assignment and really bought into what they were doing there. So my fear of spiders aside, I quite enjoyed this movie, which again is high praise because I thought I was going to have to turn it off after the first scene. It's going to be coming out in theaters on April the 12th next weekend. I highly recommend, if you're a horror fan and if you're a creature feature fan, this is a fun little entry into that subgenre. I say give it a shot. If you have a fear of spiders, which I know a lot of people do, think of it as an alien, which is what it is. Don't think of it as an actual spider. Think of it as an alien. and try to use that to get you over your fear. That's kind of what I did. I enjoyed Sting. I say check it out. Out of 100, the horror guy is going to give Sting a 78. Check it out if you get a chance to. Thanks for tuning in, guys. What did you think of Sting? Have you seen it? Do you plan on seeing it? Let me know down below. I'll see you guys out here next time in the garage.